Hi, I'm Tara Blair Ball. I'm a certified relationship coach and author, and you're on my YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about weekly relationship check ins and how powerful it is for your relationship. So, a weekly relationship check in is also called a State of the Union by Dr. John Gottman. It is a place and schedule that you and your partner decide to share with each other and emotionally connect every single week. And there's a lot of different ways that this is helpful. For one, it gives you that time and space to share with each other why you love them, why you think they're awesome, why you want to spend that time with them and build something with them. Further, it can also help you avoid small, petty disagreements. So what I see a lot when I work with couples is there's usually one or maybe both people that tend to share when something bothers them like the 10th time it happens instead of tackling it the first time. Okay? So because of that, because we're waiting so long, that means that we tend to be more irritated. We might blow up. We might also bring it up during an argument about something else. And it's not really constructive. It's not helpful for us managing and communicating with our partner. So this also gives us a calm, safe space to address those things before they get out of hand, before they build up. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to schedule the same time every single week. It can be really helpful if you have a shared calendar with one another that you just put it in so it reminds the both of you every single week to sit down and do it. My husband and I do it every single Sunday night. And when we've gotten out of the habit, I start to feel it. I really do. I don't feel as emotionally connected. I don't feel like we're having those conversations that I want and need to have. So setting it up and sort of taking out the guesswork is really helpful in starting this as a practice. The first thing you're going to do is share 5 appreciations with one another. So this can be about, the things you see them do around the house, the things that you're grateful for, the things that maybe they do all the time, but you don't really give your appreciation or gratitude for. It's about looking for those positives that your partner does. So this could be something as simple as like, you looked really hot on Friday, or thank you so much for taking the kids to school every day this week, whatever it might be. You're showing your partner that you see them. You see what they do for you, your family, your home, and why it's important to you. Okay? The next thing you do is share 5 things that have gone well in the previous week. So this can be in your relationship. It can also be in your personal life, your professional life. You could talk about something that happened that was good at work, something that you thought was great with your kids or a friend or whatever. It's about continually sharing with your partner. Because again, when life catches up, when things get busy, you might not be sharing that kind of stuff with your partner. It may just fall to the wayside. But if you set this time aside every single week that you're going to talk about this stuff, this can be a place for you to start sharing that stuff with your partner and letting them know what's going on in your life. Dr. John Gottman talks a lot about knowing your partner's inner world. And this is a place to share that, a time and space for you to share with your partner what's going on in your world and hear what's going on in your partner's world. And that's the way that you stay connected, and that's an important part of every successful relationship. The third thing you're going to share is that thing I talked about with the fighting piece. You're going to share something that's been bothering you or something you would like to revisit. Okay? So it's important here, a couple different things. So first thing I'll say is 70% of the problems that you and your partner face are unresolvable. That means they're perpetual. These can be differences in your personality, how you were raised, your belief systems. For some couples, things might be a problem. For other couples, they might not be. For example, one of you might be a morning person, one of you might be a night person. That may be a huge issue to some couples. Like, they get upset that one's waking up earlier, or one's waking them up, or one's staying up late at night, whatever. For other couples, that's not a big deal. So this is your time to share what's going on and sort of work on navigating it, or just sort of expressing what you're irritated about. It's very helpful during this time to use I statements. So I feel blank about blank. I need blank. So an example of this might be, I felt really hurt or felt really sad that when you left work, you didn't let me know, so I didn't have dinner on the table in time. Could you in the future try to text me when you're leaving work so I know I know when to have dinner started or whatever. Something of that nature that you're sharing with your partner. There are some things that you share that you're not going to need anything. You just need to say it out loud, okay? So that can be that I feel blank about blank. I don't need anything. I just wanted to share it with you, okay? The other person's job is just to say, ask clarifying questions, listen, and ask, is there anything you need? That's all that they really need to do. This will hopefully not be a place for further fights or escalation. It's really just should be a calm, safe space to address things. The other part of this thing is something that's been bothering you or something you'd like to revisit. That second part, something you'd like to revisit. So what I see a lot is that a couple thinks that they've resolved something, but it's not resolved for one of the people. It continues to bother them, or it continues to bother them because the other partner is still doing that behavior that's sort of reminding them of that first thing, okay? So certain situations like this, if it's still bothering one of you, it's bothering your relationship, okay? So that's important. So if it's still bothering one of you, that means it needs to be addressed. It's not something that you can necessarily just let go. There usually needs to be something worked out with each other to sort of move forward. These sort of things might be something to get third-party help with, look into help or research or whatever in terms of how to handle these. But if something is bothering you, don't feel like you shouldn't bring it up because it's helpful and healthy for your relationship to address and talk about these things as they happen and as they keep being brought up for you. The last thing you'll do is share something that you would feel loved if your partner did in the upcoming week. For example, my husband, his ask for this past week was that he would really like me to, if he says he needs to go to the gym and he's worried about leaving me with, all of our kids and me being stressed out, to just tell him to go. That's what he's needing, is like that extra push. He knows he needs to work out. He feels so much better when he works out, but he tells himself, oh, I shouldn't go because she's going to be left with all the kids and she's going to be so stressed out. So all that he's wanting from me in that moment is just to say, hey, go. I got it. Hey, go. He just wants that extra push or permission to go. I said I wanted a date night scheduled, go find a babysitter, like let's go on a date. And so that was his thing too. Yours could be like, I'd really want some time together. I'd really like, Wednesday is going to be stressful for me at work. So I'd love if we could, have something planned that night. That'd be fun. Like, dinner or, hanging out with friends. It could be anything. But again, the important thing is that you're expressing it to your partner, exactly what you would like, and that your partner follows through. And same for you. You've got to follow through because that will just disappoint your partner. But so the important thing, let's recap. You're going to schedule this at the same time every week, okay? Do it until it becomes a habit, until you get to that time, whatever it might be. In our case, it's Sunday night at 8:00. And you're like, oh, we haven't done our weekly relationship check-in. Do it. Put it in your calendar for both of you so it reminds both of you. Take away some of that guesswork and some of that irritation that can come from the fact that one of you might be the one who's always suggesting or reminding. Just take that out of the equation. Go ahead and set up a reminder. And then do these and follow through with them and see how your relationship proves overall just from doing this. Let me know if it helps in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.